right, so a couple days ago you saw that Brian Mast, he is the Republican congressman from Florida. He wore his IDF, that's the Israeli Defense Force uniform, it's his uniform, wore it to Congress, and people got all a buzz and a Twitter. Big thumbs up from me. He is also a complete and utter fraud. I'm going to tell you why. I'm fired up a little bit about this. Fraud, complete fraud. Rhino. He's a rhino. And despite all this hippity-hoppity stuff, people getting excited about it over the weekend, big no from me. And I'm going to tell you why. Should be fun. Buckle up. Here we go. I tell you the way that you can concealed carry and do it both comfortably and securely. All-day comfort. You're going to love them. It's hidden hybrid holsters. I talk to you about them all the time. The leather is amazing. What goes up against your body or up against... the way I do it is I have a t-shirt in there. Up against that t-shirt is suede, kind of locks things in there, but everything else is just smooth. It's Amish leather, and then on the outside is going to be Kydex to protect that trigger guard so you can carry securely and comfortably and hidden. And you're going to love them, and they're patriots. HiddenHybridHolsters.com. Tell them I sent you. You people, thank you for every thumbs up. All right, all this stuff's going on. And Brian Mast out of Florida wears his IDF uniform. He served, I believe, in the U.S. military. I think he did the U.S. military, and I know he served in the IDF. It's pretty doggone cool. Y'all know I've got a whole thing for the IDF weaponry. I love it. I collect Jerichos, and I've got an IDF Jericho that was full of red sand when I got it. The barrel is completely slick. It's worn out from the IDF. And so I think that's pretty cool. Personally, I think it's cool. Secondly, if anything we've learned in the last 100 years is don't mess with Israel. I get called a Zionist when I say that. You can say that if you want to, or I'm a Zionist or not a Zionist, regardless of what you think. History says don't mess with Israel. There is something to be said for supporting those folks, and they've got a lot pointed at them at all times from all surrounding countries. I realize it's heated right now. I realize that. However, I only mention that personal stuff just to say that I think Brian doing that was pretty cool. And folks hit him and they said, why would you do that? And he said, well, Harib has her flag. If you haven't seen that, Harib up in the halls of Congress, she has a rainbow flag and a Palestinian flag. Palestine is not even a country, but has a flag. It's never been a country, ever, not once. Never been a country. And he said, she has her flags, I have this uniform. Try me on that one. Okay, thumbs up for me. I think it's fantastic. But while he and people are going excited about it, oh my gosh, this is so good. Two things. One, anytime there's a big push for something and all the cameras turn towards something, recently that NFL dude with the mustache started dating Taylor Swift, the cameras turned, and all of those commercials from the last 3 years that have him in it have started resurfacing, and people are trying, and including like bloggers and YouTubers, they are trying to get into their titles and into their tags, and they're just trying to get the attention, and that's what they do. And this, on Brian's part, is attention seeking. Okay, maybe on some level he's supporting, but on the other, I was like, okay, why didn't you do that 6 months ago? Everybody's trying to get in on the attention. Why? They are all in the process of re-election. So one, maybe, but really this is what it is. It's just a hot issue. Number two, he's a complete fraud, and I am a little ticked off about the whole thing. Like, people are like, oh, wow, he's so amazing. No, he's not amazing. He's not amazing at all. He's a fraud and a rhino, and I'm calling him out saying, boo, you're a fake and a fraud. Well, how, Johnny, how? Let's go to the New York Times. New York Times, 2018, opinion, editorial contributor, Brian Mast, title, I'm Republican, I appreciate assault weapons, and I support a ban. That's it, I'm out. He's a fraud. I'm out on him, like totally out on him. I appreciate them. They're so fun and they go loud. Pow, I love them. I served. Yeah, he served. He got hurt, like he's been injured, very injured. And there's a lot of good in his career. But to talk about disarming the American populace, no, you're a fraud. Go over to the Democrat side and quit masquerading as a rhino. If anything we've seen in the last week is Israel effed up by disarming their population. They've had to unlock those guns in the last week. If it was his choice, Brian would do the same to us. And I'm not okay with that. Once again, I can have good feelings and say pretty cool and bad at the same time about an individual. Brian Mast is a fraud. Let me know down below what you think.